Hi everybody, we are here with a general and timeless reading. My name is Gabriella for anybody new tuning in. Before we get started, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. Alright. So I'm seeing you maneuvering through a situation where there may be pain involved. Not maybe, there definitely is. Okay, so you may be trying to figure out, like, how do I heal? How do I deal with this? How do I carry this? It's like all of the things that are connected with suffering and you being in a space where you're just trying to figure it out right now. I was also seeing the Ace of Wands, and so as you're doing this, there can be like a new opportunity or a door that's opening for you as well. I'm kind of seeing these things sort of coincide with one another timing wise. I'm not seeing this be like you're about to experience like heartbreak or something. I'm seeing like it's already happened. You're in the aftermath of like trying to figure out like how do you deal with that, you know, how do you move through that, how do you carry it, how do you release it, all of that. Seeing a very, very creative energy, a very intuitive energy. So you're creative, you're intuitive. I'm hearing something about design. You want to manifest following your gut, what feels right for you, and go off of that solely. That's what the guidance is currently. So this is kind of like doing it without a script or anything like that. It's just going off of what feels right to you in each moment. Moving in that way. Seeing a big focus on Mercury. Mercury may be emphasized within your chart. Okay, you are starting something new. This can be a new project. It can be a new relationship. It's something that you're interested in. To have this little Page of Cups, let's use an example. If this is a relationship, well, it's not a relationship yet. Well, I feel like we have to just keep going back and revising, right? You may be getting to know somebody, or you may be starting something with someone. To have the Page of Cups, this is like their feelings there, but you may not have talked about them, or they're just like really tiny. This card very much reminds me of spring, like when the buds are just breaking through on the flower beds, just starting to poke through. And so there may be something that you're feeling that's like just starting to come up, and it's enough to confirm that something's definitely in alignment that you're doing. This could also be a creative project of yours that you're like, I want to make something, and I'm going to do so intuitively. I'm going to create intuitively, and I do feel guided in this direction. Like I can feel it within my body. I feel it within my spirit. I want to move down this path. Page of Wands is something that feels exciting to you. It's something that feels stimulating. It's something that feels engaging to you. You want to be there for it. That's the feeling. I'm getting ringing in my ear. 343. If you look up the angel number, that can give you more guidance as to what this is. I'm looking at Venus and I'm looking at Pisces here as I split the deck. Venus and Pisces can be definitely a love connection, but it can also definitely be like a creative venture, because Venus Pisces is artist energy. This thing that you're going to be starting, a conversation is going to need to be had, or there's going to be some sort of communication. I'm seeing it's going to go well. Like something important may need to be said about this. This can also be an announcement too. It just depends on what it is for you. Like if you're connecting with something business, like you may be making an announcement and being like, I'm going to start this project, and something along the lines of that. If this is a relationship, it may be a conversation that you have with somebody. The point is that something is going to be said. This is going to take discipline and dedication, what this is that you're doing. It's really going to flex your Mars energy. I'm seeing a focus on Aries as well. Here's that conversation. This means that however it is that you're talking about this thing that you're beginning, that you're going to want to be strategic. You are going to want to be deliberate. You're going to want to pay attention. When I say strategic, I mean you want to be honest and you want to be mindful of the way that you're communicating. You want to be transparent. You want to make sure that you're actively saying what needs to be said, that you're actively exercising your throat chakra. Like, don't leave anything unsaid when it comes to this. This is also having discipline with the way that you are speaking as well. I'm also seeing you, like, generally be quite masterful with, like, your words, your communication language in general. That may be part of this thing that you're doing as well. Again, whether it be a relationship or a project, your voice is going to play a prominent role in this. It can be both, too. It doesn't just have to be one. There can be multiple things you're beginning that you feel quite interested in, enamored by. Things have culminated to this point. Like, it definitely seems like there's work that you've been doing to communicate. I'm hearing specifically to express yourself. And so this would feel like I've gotten to this level when it comes to how I utilize my throat chakra, and now this opportunity has opened up. And I feel like I can really apply myself within this environment. So I'm seeing it's going to feel really empowering for you because of that. It's like the perfect place to show off a skill that you have. But it's not just about that. It's also about connecting. Okay. We got two people here now. So you could be working with somebody else. I'm seeing, I'm hearing both of you guys have a love for language. I'm seeing there might be a Mercury contact that you guys have with one another. Somebody is in a space where they're focused on their self-care, and now they're trying to feel out what they want, but that may not be completely clear right now. It seems like you're heading into a direction, but there are some things that feel a little bit undetermined. Like, one is sure that they are set on showing up for themselves, taking care of themselves. Like, I'm definitely seeing that be a big focus here. A big focus here. This is like, I'm thinking about what I need. I'm thinking about, this can be if you nurture anything or anyone. This can be like your children. This can be your pets. It can be your plants. It can be your home. It can be your vehicle. It can be your body. All of this stuff, all integrated with one another. So there's a focus on one showing up, hoping to focus on personal life, and also trying to get clear on what they want as well. All of these energies can also be you too. Never mind. Never mind. If you feel like impulsivity or making an impulsive choice or doing something that is more short term is going to get in the way of how you're trying to take care of yourself, you're going to have to temper it. Because with the Knight of Wands, there's something going on that you are like, yes, I want to go in that direction. Like, that thing is calling to me. This can be a moment too where, like, you don't want to think about anything. You're like, I just want to do this thing. Like, I'm getting a really driven energy here. But with the Knight of Wands, it can be doing something that you're like, oh, maybe I should have waited. I should have been more disciplined, because I'm seeing there be like this battle between I'm trying to build for my future and then like I want something right now. Like, I want the satisfaction now, or I want to fulfill this now, or I want the gratification now. And so don't let a short-term impulse get in the way of what you truly want within your heart. And this can be like, my body wants one thing and my heart wants another thing. And like, also, what do I need in between that? And to have temperance, this means like slow your roll a bit. Like you don't want to just jump headfirst into this. You want to wait a little bit. I'm seeing only because you don't want it to conflict with something else that you want. Okay. I'm hearing good advice. So you heard it here first. But see, I just want to show you guys what I'm seeing here. See this with the Knight of Wands? The Knight of Wands can be something that you want to do where you're like not playing the tape all the way to the end. Excuse me. And so this little Knight of Wands that's like, I want to have fun and I want to be spontaneous, can come like crashing into what you want on a more long-term scale or what you want on a deeper level. Again, this can be you physically wanting to engage in something and then being like, but I feel like maybe I'd compromise something that I want in a more fulfilling way. So it feels like long-term versus short-term a bit. So finding a way to synthesize those energies is going to be important. I'm seeing you very, very into, very, very excited about this thing that you're doing. This thing that you are beginning. It feels like a real thing now at this point. Like it's not just an idea anymore. Things are actually happening. I'm seeing like something, the actual trip has begun. You're on the path and you're moving on the path. There's an old behavior that you're going to be leaving behind, but it's not going to be easy, but you feel like it's not the time to be acting like that, is what it looks like. Only because you find yourself in a space where you're like, this thing is not going to bring actual fulfillment into my life in a long-term sense. It may be very momentary that it gives me something that I want. I'm seeing this be like a miniature version of the devil, actually, card. So Knight of Wands can be like something that you want to do very quickly, but you could like cut corners a bit. And I'm actually seeing you move towards something more long-term. I'm hearing more stationary, maybe something more stable. It seems too like you could find yourself getting like really caught up in the moment, and knowing when to like check in and pull back is also going to be very important too, because it's going to give you the insight you need to move through this cycle successfully, to champion it. So you're in a space where you are trying to, the focus is you manifesting things, you creating things within your personal life. So this is stuff that matters to you on a personal level, okay? Your intuition is guiding you when it comes to what you want. Pay attention to it. So when you check in with yourself, your intuition will either say yes or it will say no. If it's a maybe, it's probably a no, okay? So wait until you get like a full body yes or a full understanding of there being a yes. Your intuition is going to guide you completely through this process. See, these two together, you have 9 cups, you have a 10th cup over here. 10 cups together is like your pursuit of happiness. You follow your intuition, you follow your heart, you are going to be on the trail to the 10 of cups of what you want. I'm seeing it has to do with something new that you're starting. I'm seeing you be very, very excited. Very, very excited. This is like, I can't wait for this. I'm having so much fun right now. Like this is something where there's such an intense level of passion and engagement. And this can be something that feels very fun and something that feels very exciting. It's like something that is breathing life into you. But I'm also seeing it be, this is where I'm seeing the focus on Aries energy, okay? You will find this relevant wherever you have Aries in your chart. The Aries energy is meant to be tempered. It's meant to be disciplined. Because I'm seeing you be in a space where you're like, For some of you, you may have two options, and one is going to be more short term and one is going to be more long term. I'm also seeing too that you may find yourself in a situation where it may be the harder thing to have a conversation, but it needs to be had. It may not feel easy to express something, but I'm seeing you need to be the one to initiate this conversation. I'm looking at Leo over here. I'm also seeing Aries, and Mercury is here too. So I'm hearing a fine line. There's a focus on you using your voice actively, being mindful of the way that you're communicating, and something needs to be spoken about, something needs to be talked about. To have the Four of Swords on the bottom of the deck, this can be you taking a break from something, or you're not going to be engaging in something anymore, or you need to put a pause on it. You moving through this process confidently is what's going to help you maneuver through. So this is just a big focus on you trusting yourself, really, and doing what feels right to you. Look at that. The confidence of the Queen of Wands. Trust yourself to be able to do this, to move through it. You know what you're doing. It's just about you believing that, really. And you're going to be successful with it. I'm hearing that you're very well accomplished, but I'm also seeing you be very capable as well. So, trust. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.